Hey guys, how's it going? This is Russ. I'm back. Been wanting to make a new video for a while now, but never really gotten the chance. Uh, Hope you don't mind. I'm going to be painting something today. This is a little No Legs Larry. He's from the new Phantom Theater. Here's a completed one. I'm just making another just for fun with some fluorescent paint so it actually glows under black light. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. You can just tab out because I'll just be talking through this whole thing. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. I wanted to talk about Universal Horror Unleashed. I went there. I've got some thoughts. I'm gonna go over them while I do some painting. So just relax and enjoy. In August, when it first opened this year, I was super excited. I was super hyped because I had never been to Halloween Horror Nights before. My first time ever going to Universal Horror Nights. Because I've never really had the time. It's always like, right at October. I never get the chance because I'm always working on my own haunted house. The one in my front yard. So don't get the chance. But finally, they open up this experimental new way of doing it. Year-round haunted house, which is awesome. I'd finally be able to get see Horror Nights. Never mind. So anyway, book the trip as soon as they announce it. And we were there like the week it opened. It's pretty cool. I'm glad I got to go to it while it was still new. So starting off, when we get there, it's in Area 15, which is this place in Vegas. Sorry. It's where Omega Mart is. It's this big. It's themed to like a reclaimed military base, which I think is pretty cool, especially since the actual Area 51 is kind of by Vegas. So that's a good use of location, like use of theming. And it's on this new expanded part of Area 15, which is even more themed to a military base, which is awesome. So we walk into there and like the place is empty. Basically this new expansion, since it just opened, Universal Horror Unleashed is like the only thing there when we went. They also had like this plane, complete tangent, this plane was there. That's supposed to be a bar. It wasn't open. There was this other thing that was a bar. It was like supposed to be a carousel, I think, and like the walls were covered in AI art, or it looked like AI art. Some of it was actually AI art, some of it was just like surrealist stuff. I know for certain one of them was AI art. I'll put that up on the screen. So a little iffy outside. There's also this ice cream truck, this whatever devil piggy ice cream truck. Interesting. I don't know if that was actually a part of Horror Unleashed, but it was there. It's pretty cool to see. I mean, it's not as good as some of the stuff in Horror Unleashed. I saw like a spirit prop in there. It's just kind of laying around. I don't know exactly the purpose of that thing other than decoration, but it was there. Not really much like Universal horror theming outside of the building, but it's kind of cool. It looks like a airplane hangar, old abandoned airplane hangar, and it's painted to look old, and I think that's sick. That's really cool. But it's the only thing that's like themed that way in that whole area, so it definitely sticks out. Anyways, this is probably the worst, well, second worst part. You walk in and it's the security room has the worst acoustics ever. Like, oh my gosh, they were telling you, put this away, put this in the locker, yada yada yada. You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell what they were saying because it was so echoey. Oh, you know? That was like a nightmare. I didn't know if they wanted me to put like all my bags in the locker or whatever. They were like yelling and it was bouncing off the walls, crazy, man. But you know, you get through that finally, and you're in the place, and there's like vampires jumping over you. It's crazy in there. Of course, the closest. Oh, it's cramped in there. So there's vampires jumping over your head. There's a box on your right with Sphinx in it, and next to that, on the other side of that crate, is the gift shop, and next to that is the Universal Monsters maze. And on the other side is one of the actor rooms, and another side, the big bar that's like the boiler room, the boiler thing. It's a like big scary face. It's awesome, but kind of cramped entrance is all I'm trying to say here. So, first maze, Universal Monsters, that's the best one. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention, the place is open 24 hours a day, all year, so you get to go to Horror Nights in the morning, in the noon. It was not full. It was awesome. So we just walked into Universal Monsters, and it was so cool. All the mazes have this. They have the entryway, and that leads into a themed queue, which leads into the maze. And the themed queue in Universal Monsters is really cool. I think it's the Tomb of Van Helsing, and you see all the huge busts of every monster you're gonna see in the maze. So cool. Anyways, you go in. I think I recorded the whole thing. I don't actually know if I was supposed to record. I asked them. There's signs outside that say like, "Don't record the maze, please." I asked one of the employees, "Is it okay?" Or they said, "Yeah, just don't stop the line." I think I don't know. But anyways, I got footage of the maze, so whatever. Don't worry about it. First thing, I think it was the Wolfman actually when they let you in. Wolfman, and I don't know. The Wolfman was okay. Wolfman was the least memorable one. But then you walk into Hunchback, which that's crazy, you know, Hunchback of Notre Dame. You don't see that guy much, so I was kind of confused. What's going on? Where am I? There were gargoyles jumping out at me. I don't think Hunchback of Notre Dame was about gargoyles trying to kill you. You know, I'm pretty sure that was only in the Disney movie, but whatever. Do what you gotta. Cool maze. It's like the cool room. Let me think. What was next? I'm just gonna skip going through sequential order. Just go to the ones I remember. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Very cool. You're in this like underwater cave, and then you see the creature. Sadly, pretty short, but you know, it's awesome. Lighting effects and stuff. Very cool. And so let's go to Dracula first. Dracula, pretty cool. You walk through his castle. One of his brides is watching you. Dracula's there. Awesome. Other highlight, definitely Frankenstein. So one of the major things they were boasting about when they were promoting Horror Unleashed was the ability to pull guests aside for a while and do like a little show. And they said, yeah, we have like some special things for all the mazes planned, special performance or whatever, a little scene. this was the only one. The only one in Horror Unleashed was Frankenstein, at least that we experienced. So it's not. It's pretty basic. It's like they put you to the side of the wall and they say, "Oh, it's Dr. Frankenstein." He's saying, "Step back, step back," and then he flips the switch and Frankenstein gets electrocuted and comes alive. And like that's kind of cool, but it's like, I don't know what I expected, but it's a pretty basic scene. What else? Like Phantom of the Opera was there. He was cool. I remember the like chandelier falling. That was a cool effect. And he like comes through the wall. I think that was the last one. So the weird thing happened when I came out of that maze. I walked. What's it called? Diagonal. Just because it's the easiest way. It's like sandwiched in between the actual entrance of the maze, and it's right next to the gift shop. And they said, "Hey, get out of there, because there's this line, this little square, that is a stage for some, for a little performance that they do." And it was like, what the hell's going on? And anyway, next to there, there's like a Elvira love seat thing there too for photo ops. I thought it was for photo ops, but I guess probably not, since that's the stage. But yeah, that's a really bad place for a stage, and it's just ground level. It's just a square drawn on the ground. Whatever. If you're wondering what that performance was, I saw it later that day. It was like this girl, she was in a straitjacket and she was dancing to this cover of Mad World. Like, all around me are familiar faces. Da, da. That song. And she was dancing to that in a straitjacket, and there was like candles all across that square I was talking about. I was just thinking, man, that wasn't worth it. Okay. Next maze. Well, before we went to the next maze, there was this juggler. This juggler guy, he was a clown, and he was great. He was awesome. He was showing us all these tricks. He had this whole suitcase, and he was actually really good. Like, I was shocked he was just a scare actor. He was legit really good. And his show went on for like a while. It was like 10 minutes long. But it wasn't like on a stage or anything. It was just like, it was actually in front of Jack the Clown's stage. He just like walked up to us and say, "Hey, want to see some tricks?" And we saw some tricks. It was awesome. I'm not really a fan of clowns, so as you can imagine, I wasn't too big a fan of Jack, but I did like the juggler. I don't know the lore of the juggler. There's lore in this. I'll go into the lore later, because I did ask about that, and there is lore. But anyway, sorry, sidetrack. Scarecrow the Reaping. This was the next maze we went to. No line. Awesome. You guys gotta go early. Scarecrow is not that good. I mean, it's okay. It's like the second best there. But I didn't like it that much. This color's not working out. Okay. I just gotta say, it's like bland. I loved the themed queue there. Is one of the best. He's like awesome. Because it's like an indoor-outdoor space. I don't know how else to describe this, but you walk in and it opens up and it's a huge room. There's a cornfield, there's a barn, and you walk into the barn and there's like a truck. So cool. So anyway, and then once you walk into the maze, it's kind of lost. The like awesome theming is not. yeah, because there's like so many farm haunts I think I've seen. Like, and they're not that great. It's like old wood, there's some scarecrows. I don't know about scarecrows, man. They're not that scary. Uh, like crow people and stuff. I don't know. I hear a lot of people love Scarecrow, but I just cannot. Just don't care about it. There wasn't like, he was very samey. There wasn't like a lot of scenes to talk about, like that I could recognize what the hell was going on. I guess like at the end there was this cornfield part where you go outside and the corn is like hanging from the ceiling, which was really weird. And there's like mirrors, I think. I don't know. Not a big fan of Scarecrow, but it was like the second best. Well, no, it's like the third best there. We'll get to the next part. So anyway, we walk out of Scarecrow, and the exit for Scarecrow funnels you in to Jack's bar. And what happens at Jack's bar is they have a little performance with Jack the clown and all his maniacs and Chance, his girlfriend. And you know, I was gonna sit down for a little bit and have a drink or something, but then all these clowns come in and they start dancing. So I just have to watch the clowns dance for a while. And it was something. So they have this big performance above the bar. It's very interesting. And then they say, hey, we're gonna pick one guy, like a couple guys from the audience, and we're gonna go to the stage out front. So everybody has to get up and walk to the stage out front. And there's no seating on that stage because it's like right in front of another bar. So we stand out there, the stage, just, you know, around it, and they perform another dance. They have plants, basically. I don't know how to explain it. They're plants. They have bad outfits, so they look like they've been kidnapped from the audience or whatever. And they perform a dance, you know. They dance so they don't get killed. And there's audience participation. They pick a couple people from the audience and you have to decide whether these people live or die. It doesn't matter. They get killed anyway. And I thought they were going to do like some creative way to do that. Like, I don't know, put them in a blender or something. It's something else. Like, this is a permanent attraction. They need to do something cool. But they just like put jumper cables on their nipples and then they drop dead. It's not super interesting. That's all I've got to say. I don't know. I don't like Jack. I don't like the show. Sorry, Jack. So anyway, we go to the Blumhouse bar. The Blumhouse bar needs to be fixed. It's this big concrete room, and they have like little standees of the different Blumhouse movies. They had the van, the Grabber's van from the Black Phone 2, the actual one from the movie. I didn't really care because the movie wasn't out yet. They had standee from the Purge, and they had this big screen that would play Blumhouse trailers, and it would show like Night Swim and Imaginary and stuff like that. And there's also like a phone booth. You can take a photo op like you're in the Black Phone. So, yeah. So anyway, the main attraction in that bar, there's a little stage where Megan comes out to perform, and I like Megan. I thought it was just going to be a little photo op, but she actually comes out and she dances to Pink Pony Club by Chappell Roan, and it was awesome. And actually, funny little story, there was a girl there, a little girl, dressed up as Megan, clearly a big Megan fan, and the actress who's playing Megan came out and like interacted with her. That was really cute. Big Megan fans. It's so sad what happened to Megan too. I hope they keep Megan in the park. Is there a park? In the whatever it is. Because I did like that. That was a very nice thing. Anyway, I took a picture with Megan. That was awesome. And then we go try to check out the rest of the maze because we only did half at this point. And the next maze that we were about to do The Exorcist. That was closed for a moment, and then we tried to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre also closed. It was closed for like the whole day when we were there. When we came, it was closed. After like we did 2 mazes, it was still closed for a while. They said they'd probably open Exorcist first, so whatever. Go on Exorcist. I want to say some things about The Exorcist Believer. Horrible. I hate the movie. It is like watching paint dry. David Gordon Green, I hate you. Your Halloween 2018, great movie. You kind of ruin movies forever. Like, that movie changed how they do reboots. They all want to be Halloween 2018 now. I don't know. This is a whole other tangent. But basically, Exorcist Believer, Universal spent like $200 million just to get the rights to that movie for The Exorcist. And they made that horrible piece of crap movie. They paid like an absurd amount of money just to get the two actors from the original to show up for a combined total of like 1 minute. It's just horrible thing that went on. And, the whole movie... Okay, this is just going to be an Exorcist Believer rant. It sucks. It's a terrible movie. I don't like it. I don't like how it was made. So bad. And once they opened The Exorcist, we were actually waiting. This was the first wait. The first time we had to wait in the whole visit. And we were waiting for The Exorcist. And so I just, yapped the whole time, like I'm doing right now, about how expensive that movie was. And so the themed queue of that one was stupid. It was like this foreign market. I don't know where I was. Some marketplace where everything was in a language I couldn't recognize. It's not a dig on foreign languages. The thing is, I don't remember where that was in the movie. Probably because the movie was bad, but whatever. Anyways, that took so long in that wait. It was horrible. And finally, they let us in. And it's more of this market. There was this little poster, I remember, one of the missing girls, and it like lights up. Little beady red eyes light up. Like a little Halloween decoration. Very goofy. And then you walk into the woods. The woods were actually kind of cool, because you see this big room, and it looks even bigger because they have a big mirror on the wall. I love whenever you go outdoors in an indoor space. That's my thing. Because, okay, and they're looking for the girl. There's actors going out looking for the girl because that's the movie's thing. The girls go out in the woods and they get possessed by an evil demon that's apparently more powerful than Pazuzu, despite not having temples or statues or physical form that appears for more than 0.03 seconds. Yeah. So, and then you walk into a barn, and I think there was like a two-headed sheep or something. I remember when Horror Nights first did Exorcist Believer, the movie hadn't even come out yet, so... And people were saying the maze was better than the movie. I don't know, because the maze is still bad. Anyways, I think Exorcist Believer was also supposed to have one of those scenes I was talking about where they do a little performance. But something got held up, and we were stuck in one of the rooms in like a bedroom, waiting for quite a while for them to open the door. We don't know what was going on. Maybe the party in front of us was screwing with them, but we were just waiting in that room, not knowing what to do, not knowing which door we were supposed to go to, until finally I think another guest helped us through. I don't know what was going on there. I think they might be operationally challenged, but I don't know. Maybe it's just opening day stuff. It was the week of opening. Anyways, we walk into the room. They're doing this performance. Well, they're not doing. It's an empty room, basically. It's an empty room. It's the asylum room. It's empty. I think it's supposed to be like the room where the two girls are like tied together, and they're possessed and they're trying to do the exorcism or something. I'm pretty sure. Sorry, this is a lot of dead air. So, that was a complete bust. Next room, Morbius jumps out. I'm not kidding. This is Morbius from the movie Morbius. I don't know who it was supposed to be. It just looked like Morbius. It did not look like the goat lady thing from the movie. That was all over the other... I know I've watched videos of the original Exorcist Believer maze, and that goat lady was all over it, because, you know, that's the only monster in the movie. The goat lady was in this maze, but this was a different monster. It was Morbius. It did not look like the goat lady. It did not look like anything from The Exorcist. It was Morbius. I don't know why Morbius was there, but he jumped out at me. And I was very confused. So anyway, after Morbius, we got out of the maze. It was like kind of an abrupt ending, I think. And then we just had to wait for a bit for Texas Chainsaw Massacre to open. So I was kind of bored, just like waiting for the next maze to open. So I decided to talk to one of the actors, one of the characters there. There was a scientist there. He was looking pretty inquisitive, like looking around, like, ooh, monsters. So I asked him, hey, are you a scientist? And he said, yeah, I'm with the Legendary Truth. And he gave me this huge lore dump about how Universal was opening this prop warehouse uh, to the public, even though there's monsters and stuff in it, because Legendary Truth wanted to study it or whatever. I was asking why do they open it to the public if there's evil monsters in it? They said there's demands. So interesting. The guy was cool. I thought, okay, for context, Epic Universe had just kind of started opening. So I thought this was going to be just like that, where you can talk to the characters and they have this whole story that they tell them. So you can kind of like unfold the story by talking to the characters. I thought it'd be like a fun side quest. So I asked him, I noticed he's holding this clipboard and it has one of the characters on it, one of the characters I've seen before that day. There's this guy in a ski mask. He looked like a prom night killer. So I asked him, who's this? Should I look for him? And he said, yeah, something, ask him where he got his knife. So I did. I found the guy, I asked him where he got his knife. He said, oh, he found it in a body somewhere. It was a switchblade or whatever. So I report back to the scientist, and I said, okay, I talked to the guy, and he said he found the knife in a body somewhere, and he said, yeah, likely story. And I asked him, who is that guy? Why is he in your clipboard? And he said, the guy's name is Robert, but don't call him Bob. And I said, would it be okay if I called him Bobbert? And he said, yeah, probably. So that was pretty much the end of my side quest. Nothing new, basically no new info. It would be cool to LARP with the actors, so to say. Just because there's not a lot to do there. There's wandering actors, and I think there was like a bug guy. He was chasing a lady, and the lady like hid behind me. She's like, help me, and the bug guy was staring at me. I don't know what to do in that situation, dude. I don't, like, I can't break kayfabe and help you. It's just not gonna happen. I'm not that kind of guy. But anyway, Texas Chainsaw finally opens. The Doomed Q is really cool. I love that maze. It's like it feels a lot like the original movie. Like when you walk in, it's through the cemetery and you see the opening scene. There's the text crawl, and it's right behind the sculpture from the movie made out of the corpses. That was really cool. And then you take a turn and you go to the Franklin's van. That's where I was stuck for like 20 minutes. I was stuck in that queue line for what feels like an eternity, listening to the same report over and over again about the dead bodies and whatever. I don't know what was going on with Texas Chainsaw. It was just having issues. I think I saw they were loading in like two sides of people, like there were two paths. I went on the right path, and it was like looped around the van. So yeah. Texas Chainsaw, very cool maze. You go all throughout the Sawyer house. See Leatherface, you see Grandpa, you see the cook, you see Nubbins, Cook is Drayton. See Grandma in there, which is kind of crazy. There's rooms in there that aren't in the movie, that you don't see in the movie. There's like a bathroom, there's Grandpa and Grandma's room. Kind of cool. Definitely the best room in the maze was Grandpa at the table. I don't know if there were supposed to be more people in there. It kind of felt empty. But Grandpa was just alone at the table, completely still. You think he's a prop, But no, you walk right by him, and he turns to you. He's so scary. Like, I would not realize he was a real man. Another thing that's really scary about that maze is just how close Leatherface's chainsaw comes to you. Like, that thing is this close to your face. It, like, barely just almost cut the, like, hairs on the very tip of my nose. So that guy must be well trained or just, like, irresponsible. Because that was crazy. Again, there's like... Okay, so I know this maze had some kind of deal where they'd send you with a plant. They'd send you with a plant actor, and the plant actor would walk in front of you, and the plant actor would like get grabbed by Leatherface and get pulled into the butcher room. We didn't get to see that. We just walked by that and was like, oh look, a red door. We didn't get to go in there. That's kind of a bummer. I would have loved to go into Leatherface's red room. But yeah, it was a really cool setup for a maze. It did feel like it was less about watching the movie unfold before you. It was more like the movie is happening to you. Like you are those little brats who went into the Sawyer's house and got killed. Because it was sort of empty, actually. I remember, like, there's only a couple times where one of the actors would come out and say, "Where are you? Where are you?" Where, like, they were one of the victims. So, yeah, Texas Chainsaw, pretty cool. I don't know what was going on with the operations in that maze. After that, that's basically it for Horror Unleashed. That was my whole visit. Oh, actually, I'm forgetting something. The gift shop. The gift shop was not great. So there's not like merch specific to Horror Unleashed there. It's more like general universal crap. Like I bought Psycho, Bates Motel stuff. Like Norman isn't here, but there's a whole section for Norman, and there's a lot of merch that isn't represented. Like there's a whole wall of Chucky. Chucky doesn't even appear in the park. I would like Chucky to be there. He would be awesome. If they could replace The Exorcist with Chucky, that would be the best thing ever. Especially since Exorcist is in this little corridor that's themed to like storage and like dolls and props and stuff. There's like life-size dolls that jump out and spook you. I met Michael Jackson there. He was cool. But yeah, why not Chucky there? Why not not the worst movie ever? Like, I love Chucky. Everybody loves Chucky. He's one of the most popular characters ever. Why not have him instead of Exorcist Believer? I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on that. And there's a lot of merch there that is repeats, like leftovers from Horror Nights. I got this fanny pack that was, I believe, from a Universal Monsters, like 2018 or something. Like Frankenstein versus Dracula, they have these weird designs for the monsters that don't appear in their Monsters maze. And I got a t-shirt, button-up shirt that also has those designs on it. So, like, guys, if you're opening a new park, make like an effort with the merch. I know merch overall for theme parks is kind of bad, thus why I'm doing this. But like, please make an effort. Yeah. I would love for them to use like the location more. Like they are in Vegas. Why not? I don't know, Jack the Clown on a slot machine, or I saw they had little poker chips that had Universal Horror Unleashed on them. Why not that? Like, come on, guys, do better. What else am I thinking of? They had a restaurant there I didn't go to. There's just like, you know, I could talk about the food. I can't eat food, basically. I can't eat theme park food just because I'm allergic to gluten. So the choice cuts, whatever that thing is called, that hole in the wall, I couldn't eat there. I didn't even want to check. So sorry guys, no review on that. But I did have a drink at the Blumhouse bar. I had like a bloodsucker, and that one was pretty good. It was a good cocktail. So anyways, that was my whole recap of the trip, my trip to Horror Unleashed. Let me know if yours was different. But, you know, it was alright. I can tell they're working out kinks. So what I had heard about it is that they're going to like rotate it, add like new stuff, seasonal events, stuff like that, just to keep the experience fresh. And I like that. That's good, so you can keep the park alive. I keep calling it a park. I don't know what the hell to call it. It's something. It's a secret third thing. It's a family fun center. Yada yada. I think definitely if they want to keep it alive, take out The Exorcist. That is number one. Take out The Exorcist. Like I was saying, Chucky, number one. Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm not like huge fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, but I think that maze was super popular. Why not put that in there? Or at least like they made those big Freddy animatronics for Horror Nights at both the parks. Put those in the Blumhouse bar. Like, I don't want to say replace Megan, but do something. At least put it in the other corner where that stupid Purge standee is, or if you want to replace Black Phone when that gets too old, put that there. It seems like a very easy thing to do. But I guess the only issue with that is that the Horror Nights mazes aren't necessarily... It's built different than the Horror Nights mazes. All I'm saying is I really hope those... Well, those, I'm just talking about one. Or Scarecrow, actually. Replace that one. Just replace. Second thing I want to talk about, the place is really cramped. Like I was talking about earlier with the horror monsters entrance and exit, it's cramped. Like the main area is very cramped. There's like 3 different bars in that little space. And they're like, I don't know, it takes like 3 seconds to get from one bar to another. I don't know why they need 3 bars. They're not that different. They have like 1 or 2 drinks that are unique to the bar. Just, I don't know, pick one. Pick one, and like maybe the Jack's bar you don't need. Put something else there. So keeping the park alive is another thing. Because I was thinking, okay, this is fine for now. That they're open now. They're gonna add more. They're gonna, clean it, liven it up a bit. And then I wait, and Christmas time comes, They announced this Krampus event. You know, I was thinking seasonal decorations. You know, maybe a new maze, maybe a whole area that's Krampus themed. Like, it's one corner where you get to meet a new character. And I looked, and there was this other, when they were doing Halloween Horror Nights time, there was one new character. It was the Japanese teddy bear, Japanese exclusive teddy bear. Like, you can meet him in America now. Okay. Like, I don't know, man. Seems like these seasonal events, you gotta do more for them. You can't just have, like, a meet and greet outside the bathroom. Because that's, I watched this video where Krampus comes out. He comes out of the bathroom hallway. That's where the men's bathroom is. So just, like, I don't know, man. Do something else. Do I think it's gonna last? Do I think they're gonna build it in Chicago like they're planning? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is going too well. I saw they were selling this Frady Pass, which is pretty cheap. I think it's like either $5 or $20, which, you know, is a lot less than the $80 we paid to get into all the mazes. But at the same time, you know, when you do that, you have to have people checking the tickets at the entrance of the mazes, and that, like, slows down the lines, which, as I'm told by people who have been there, that's like one of the worst parts of Horror Nights, is waiting in those mazes, waiting in the lines for the mazes, which I thought was one of the best parts of Horror Unleashed. There's no waits. I'm gonna go all day. And the Frady Pass, you don't get in any of the mazes. You just get to walk around in the atmosphere of that warehouse. What atmosphere, man? Like, it is themed, but it is nice decor. It's just cramped. Like, there's not a lot outside of the mazes to do there. If you really want to eat, like, theme park food and just drink at the little bars, whatever. But really, that's the only thing you can do there, is go to the mazes. Everything else is, like, not an attraction. It's like a bonus. You don't want to go there just to look at the decor and talk to the actors. Look at Larry, he's almost done. Look at that. I'll see you in the next video. I guess that's all I really have to say. Thank you for watching, and yeah, you have a great time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It's a new type of video I'm trying to do. Always thought, like, so boring to just talk into a mic for so long, write a script or whatever. So this is my idea of doing something else. So let me know if you think this worked, and yeah, bye-bye.